What's up, Simonics? I think my body is once again running a little software update, so I will get into my end of the year outfit right now. Let's hope it's not getting worse so I can finish this vlog in which I want to tell you about books. Before I forget about it, I want to thank you for the responses under the last video about starting a new project. So your comments have already helped me to start this project because you commented about using Angular schematics, which I immediately checked out to get a better understanding, and it turns out yes, this could definitely be the way to go. Really a big thank you already. I will definitely keep you involved in this project and share with you once I take the next steps. But today is about something else because we wanted to talk about books, and I want to tell you about the books that I have read so far this year, because I know some of you really like what I'm doing, and I always also like having a list of books that people read that I like. So I thought if I give you the list that I read, then this might be something for you. And before I forget about it, another don't miss this, I want to do a little Ask Me Anything or Q&A session in December during our Ionic holiday calendar special. Today, if you don't watch the video to the end, doesn't really matter, leave your questions right below the video because we will have a cool Q&A Ask Me Anything episode in December. So please stop the video right now if you already have a question and leave it in the comments. Thanks for your support. Alright, I actually read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books this year, which is a bit behind what I actually wanted to do. So I wanted to read one book per month, and this list also includes some, well, not so good and pretty short books that I will also skip because you don't really need them. So here are my favorite books that I recommend you as well. The first one was The Winner's Bible. I still have material from that Winner's Bible that I read every morning. This is a book that really helps you to take action, and well, it really helps you to build like a workbook to work on yourself and your strengths and your weaknesses. If you are a person who likes this self-development stuff, then I definitely recommend The Winner's Bible. It has a lot of actionable advice that will help you to move forward. I really like this book, and I think at the end of this year I need to revisit it and update it, since this is always growing with yourself, so definitely a huge recommendation. Book number 2 that I recommend is The Paradox of Choice: Why More is Less. This book actually was something I completely agree to 100%. Just recently I went into the store to get some cheese, to get some sausage, and I just wanted the basic versions, and for each of them there were like 10 different pieces that I could choose from, and I just wanted one. There are so many choices today, and they were made for people, but actually they confuse people. You can see this with software development as well. There are so many choices for frameworks, libraries that you can use, and all should help you to build better, but in the end you're just paralyzed by the amount of choices, and once you pick something, it can really easily happen that you're not satisfied with the choice you made, and this happens for people that have this tendency to always find the perfect match. This book is really an eye-opener perhaps for you if you feel like you're always choosing something and then you're not happy with the result. A topic on the general ideas of society, but still really close and down to earth. Book number 3 that I recommend are actually 2 books. The first one is called, I think, Sapiens, and the second one is Homo Deus. They were bestseller, I think, 2 years ago. They are about the evolution of mankind, basically. So while this might sound a bit boring in the beginning, it is actually pretty cool to see why the certain steps from million or thousand of years ago happened, when the different revolutions happened, why they happened, and why some of them actually weren't that good. It is really written very well, not that I'm any kind of expert about writing skills. I feel like if I can read a book good and I enjoy coming back to it in the evening, there must be something to it. These 2 books, especially the first one, Sapiens, is recommended. The second book is, well, the beginning is a bit like the first one, so maybe you can skip that, but definitely read Sapiens. Book number 4 is called The Blue Zones. This book is about people that live unusually long in some areas of the world, and most of the time these areas are really like small islands that are not affected by the world around them. In this book, the author tries to find similarities between these different cultures in terms of nutrition, how they work, how they live, their family lives, and all of this. Of course, there is really, I don't think, one answer to all of this, but it's interesting to see that somehow the lifestyle we have today affects how long we can live. Especially not having too much stress every day, living a more relaxed, balanced life, having more social interactivities, and all of these things that we developers don't like. If you're interested in this topic, which is basically living longer, and also I just wanted to add this, living longer in a healthy way, not just in the long way you think about how you might end up with 85 or 90 and then just extending that life. No, really living like 5 or 10 good years more. So that's the idea of the book. Then you should get this. Book number 5 that I recommend is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. While it sounds like a, I don't know, really catchy title and it doesn't really look at, the inside of this book is really great. The author goes through these 7 different areas. The first half of the book is divided into your personal area, so the basic idea of you should be fine with yourself, you should be happy, you should know about your goals and where you want to get, and then on top you can add the external world, how you work with other people. It's not as artificial or technical as you might think from the title. You can really take something away from this book, from these different categories that you can work on, so you don't have to become a 10x developer with this book, but it can certainly help to grow in general. Again, in the terms of self-development, this is a great book. I think we're now at book number 8 or so, which is a book that I'm currently reading, but I haven't finished like, not yet the half of it, but I definitely recommend it. It is called Why We Sleep. We sleep way too less in our culture. We have a different, or we have a wrong sleep rhythm compared to what we should have actually. In this book, the author explains basically everything about sleep, about different sleep phases, how animals sleep, how children sleep, what happens in your sleep. I can't recommend it enough. The basic message I can tell you is right now get 8 hours of sleep, which I never did because I think I can live with 6 hours, but the consequences of not sleeping enough are highlighted in this book, and you will recognize really fast that you should get enough sleep however you want to do it. There's no reason to skip your sleep if you're so motivated and fired up about a project. Really, getting not enough sleep is like burning the candle at both ends, and you definitely don't want to do this. Pick the book up, read it, it is great. Definitely my recommendation. So these were my reading highlights of the year. For next year I don't yet have a list, so if you have any recommendations, please share them below. I'm really looking forward to some good books during the next year. And also, once again, leave your questions for the Ask Me Anything during December. Today is Thursday, which means on Sunday the Ionic holiday calendar starts. I hope you're already subscribed. A lot of videos will happen on this channel, but some might not, and therefore I will post the link once again below. Make sure you're on the list. Every day during the first 25 days of December, a special video or something for you. This is my way of giving back to the community. I already created quite a few videos this year. Maybe we will look up the statistics in one of the next videos. I wanted to do more in the end of the year, and this is my way of saying thank you to the community. I really hope you enjoyed this smart list of books. I don't know, I would love to know what you think about books, if you also enjoyed this kind of self-development books or social stuff books, or if you read like biographies or anything like this. Leave your comments right below the video. Read a good book this week, and then I will catch you next week, which happens to be right in our Ionic holiday calendar season, so all of the next 4 episodes during December will be kinda special. I hope to see you in them. Have a great week of coding and reading books, and I will catch you next week. So have a great week, and have a great book of reading. Have a great week of books and coding, and I will catch you next week. Stay healthy, Simon.